we tested over 300 different types of blends and herbs. But for some reason, I never really liked the taste. We took 3 takes to develop it, and we, relaunched it 3 times as a result. I would deliver tea in my backpack on a cycle from cafe to cafe.
Hi, I'm Phoebe, founder of Sippenly, and I'm so excited to have Ruvi from Therapy Ceylon Tea. She's the founder, and also she's the second generation tea exporter from Sri Lanka. And she actually lives in Sri Lanka right now, and let's welcome her to our show.
Hi, Phoebe. Thank you. I'm so delighted to be here.
Yes, it's so good to have you here. I can't wait to hear about your stories because you have wonderful teas. I taste pretty much everything myself, and they have very interesting flavors. Some of them are very unique in terms of the ingredients that you use in the teas, and also the packaging is very beautiful. Everything is so delightful for me. It's a very experience and refreshing experience for me. And I can't wait to learn more about you, about your brand, your products, and your story. I actually want to start with about yourself. Like you are a second generation tea exporter. So how is that life? Like, you grew up with tea around you, and what's your childhood like?
Sri Lanka, everyone grows up with some form of tea. It's not coffee culture. It is very much tea lifestyle. Day-to-day lives in our homes is always meals and then tea. My father had to babysit us on Saturdays because my mom would work, and he would work too, but he would take us to his office where his factory was. And my childhood was seeing piles and mountains of tea just stacked up in warehouses, us running around, the smell of the tea. So that was something I would remember just day to day. Holidays were always up in the mountains, and I would just remember the greenery, the tea pluckers running through those tea fields. We loved the outdoors. We would trek, climb mountains, and that was always through tea bushes. So even today, my absolute happy place is when I see green. So any form
Mm.
of green fields, paddy fields, green tea fields is still my happy place. And yeah, that was how our childhood was growing up here.
Was tea always the things throughout your childhood, and also after you grow up? Is that something you always wanted to do, or you kind of doing something else and then come back to building tea business
Yeah,
here?
very
Yeah.
much came back to tea. So I actually went out thinking I was a creative person. I mean, not thinking I was a creative.
You are,
It was
you
in
are,
my heart.
you are. Yes.
Went into advertising and creative advertising. But that was just a different spell of
Right.
creativity that I was now ready for. So kind of realized I am creative, but more in a brand marketing strategy kind of way. So found my niche, worked in Dubai as a brand manager for a perfume brand. And then yeah, kind of worked towards marketing to a great extent. Then when I came back to Sri Lanka, I came back into the family business. Again, not in tea at first, because the family
Oh.
business also had travel and tourism. I started doing that because I love travel. I know so much about travel. Did that, but then graduated to tea, which is the family business main line of work, and never looked back. So been in tea for the last 15 years. Of course, growing up and my childhood and everything, I've been around the whole export and clients. I've known our clients as they are second generation. So I've known them. We've had close relationships for decades now. So it's kind of been second nature to me in every way.
Wow. And then this is the time for your own brand, right? Therapy Salon. So what inspired you, and how was it born?
So even when I came into the industry, Phoebe, you know, when Sri Lanka has been trading in bulk exports of tea predominantly,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it has been like that ever since we got independence. It was first tea was first started trading here with the British, and when we got independence and the locals took over, the local companies still pretty much traded in the same way, and it really didn't give us any ownership of our tea, and it didn't retain profits here, and it didn't share profits in the rural communities either.
Mm.
And my core is marketing, my core is brand. So I've always had a passion to have a brand that's Sri Lankan, that is ours, that
Mm-hmm.
truly resonates with our identity in every way. So over years of just bark trading, things like that, we had COVID followed by Sri Lanka's own economic crisis in 2022.
Mm.
And it was, my ideas were before that. I had the thoughts way before that, but it was 2022 that I said we're starting, and it was an absolute struggle. I walked away from the family business. I had only about $2,000 to my name, which had to cover my mortgage, my child who was studying overseas, just general expenses, and the startup, and no
Wow.
regular income. Um, I don't know whether it was courageous or foolish. I don't know which one it is now. Just a
That's
mix of
definitely
stupidity.
courage.
Well, I made the
Wow.
decision and had to stick by it and make it work. So and when the recession hit and when the crisis hit, we didn't have fuel in the country. We didn't have any petrol. Nothing worked. Not even to, not gas to even cook, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I had now started this thing. I got a night job working remotely with a company. So that gave me some income to pay my day-to-day expenses. But yep, started working on it, worked off out of my son's bedroom.
Oh.
I would deliver tea in my backpack on a cycle from cafe to cafe, would
Oh.
cycle to the factory. Yeah. So carry my own stock, and kind of absolute
Right.
basic grassroots startup.
Right. How is the idea? Um, like why Therapy Ceylon? Like what is it different from any other tea brands? Like what's the core ideas behind
So
Therapy?
yeah, so what I really wanted to do is bring healing and wellness to the world. Growing up, we, through any illnesses or any discomfort, we would turn to herbs that we brewed in our kitchens. We instinctively knew which spices would go in, and we would brew it and have it for our colds, coughs, body aches. So kind of wanted to blend those day-to-day rituals with Ceylon tea. And Ayurveda, essentially in the region of the subcontinent, is fairly similar, the
Mm-hmm.
principles at least, from Indian Ayurveda to the Nepalese Ayurveda to Sri Lankan. But the difference is that the ingredients we use are
Mm-hmm.
native and endemic to this land. So over
Mm-hmm.
3,000 years ago, the people of this land figured out which herbs would heal us based on the principles of Ayurveda on everyday illnesses. So, kind of wanted to touch on presenting Sri Lanka's identity of, actually, it's called Helaveda here in Sri Lanka. So, that native form of Ayurveda that's endemic and native to us, infused
Mm-hmm.
with Ceylon tea, that we can share with the world, that they can enjoy something very unique to this land.
That's beautiful. From your collections, you have Youthful Glow, Stomach Ease, and so many different functional teas, and also like cozy chamomile and peppermint boost. So that it's more daily wellness type of tea. Um, for this entire collection, like how what's the philosophy behind creating this collection? Like what are the teas that you pick to start with?
I remember when we started out, we tested over 300 different types of blends and herbs and, concoctions. From that, we narrowed it down. And then what we started seeing is what everyday wellness are people looking for, and to a great extent, what was influencing me as well.
Mm,
Just what do everyday 30-year-olds or 40-year-olds commonly have? Energy, gut health,
mm,
our skin and glow, hair, hair growth issues. So looked at just the functionalities that were required, and they kind of focused on blends that would cater to those specific everyday healing that we would look for. So
mm-hmm.
if you go to the nutraceutical, you know, category today, everyone would go to natural, uh, natural pharmaceutical multivitamins, but they're still tablets.
Right.
So if we can provide similar healing and health benefits as an everyday lifestyle
Mm-hmm.
routine in a delicious cup of tea, maybe
Right.
it's like kind of changing the way we looked at health. Health shouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
something we made an effort to and swallow a
Mm-hmm.
pill. Health should
Mm-hmm.
be a part of your diet and your part of your normal routine in your cup of tea.
Right, right. That's beautiful. Yes. So so you infuse Ayurveda into your tea, and I know you actually work with many Ayurvedic practice, like
Yep.
the doctors to develop the blend.
Hmm.
What was the process like? How is that collaboration look like? What is it different from the traditional tea blending? How is it different?
Um, it's different in the sense that we need to work with the nutrition part of each herb. And
Mm,
so when we consider so many aspects of it, how it grows, who's growing it, who are the farmers who are growing it, what's the scalability and the demand or the supply for it that we can
mhm,
get on a commercial aspect of it, um, and how environmentally friendly and the supply chain is first considered in it, then uh, actually it's in collaboration. So even the Ayurvedic practitioner would say, okay, for this kind of healing, these herbs are known to
good.
be powerful. Then we go on to the other side to see, look at the supply chain and things like that. Then we go
Mm,
back and say, okay, we've got these. Then what? So then she checks on his like the blends that have been practiced in our 3,000 years of Ayurvedic
mhm,
practice that have been uh, done, and there's evidence about it. So she would
mhm,
recommend saying these are herbs that generally go together and have been known for and used in Ayurvedic practice
mhm,
over the last
mhm,
3,000 years. So those are
mhm.
documented. Those are documented
Right.
texts that she looks into.
Mhm.
Then we develop it, and when we develop it, we've got to make sure that it tastes great,
Of
because
course.
commercially we know no matter how good it is for you, if it doesn't taste good, you're not going to try it again.
Right.
So it's a process of back and forth, getting it
Mhm,
right. Is the nutrition right? Is the blend right? Is it tasty? Does this go well? Um,
mhm,
Ayurveda also is based on Shadrasa, which is how you digest from the time you sip it. It's six tastes that help activate your natural saliva glands, your metabolism. So we need to stimulate that with all the herbs as well with the tastes. So we look at that aspect of how it's
right.
absorbed, how the nutrients absorb to you within your body, which type of body types up this particular blend would match, because you have
Mhm,
your doshas, your
mhm.
vata, pitta, kapha doshas. So there's a huge process
Right.
that goes into developing each blend in every way. And then we fine tune it.
Maybe tell us about a story of one blend that took you the longest to develop.
I would like to talk about two in two
Ooh.
different contexts. One is our first blend was Moringa tea, the Moringa Power.
Oh, okay.
And for some reason, that took the longest for me to perfect. We did launch. It was our first, one of the first teas that we did launch. So we did launch it with the four others. But for some reason, I never really liked the taste and it just didn't sit right. And I just felt it had other ingredients that would help boost energy and the feel good factor of moringa.
Mm.
And we took 3 takes to develop it and we, relaunched it 3 times as a result. It,
Oh,
so nobody knows that. That was so,
the,
um,
the customer feel the difference, or is it subtle?
because it was early
Mm.
stages and it
Mm.
was, first in Sri Lanka that was launched. And like, I, not that anyone came up to me and said, it doesn't taste right. No one
Mm.
said that, but I knew I
You
could
have
do
high
better.
standard. Yeah, you have high
Oh,
standard.
knew that it could be better. I just knew,
Right, right,
and there
right.
were so many moringa teas in the market already,
Right. Yes.
and
Yes.
I never liked any of them. And then I was
Mm.
like, oh, I don't like this either. you know so kind of worked with the Ayurvedic practitioner going back and forth, and we ended up putting Ceylon cinnamon and things like that, and we kind of got it right, and I like it
Oh.
now. It's absolutely my morning go-to, so I love it now.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting story. I didn't
So,
know that.
but
Just
and when you change something, you've got to change the packaging, the envelope, so it's a
right.
huge cost to change,
Right.
right?
The ingredient list gotta change too. That
Yeah,
everything.
the printing,
Yeah.
everything. And the reports, the medical reports, all that has to change. Um, but yeah, I did it 3 times.
Right. Wow.
So,
That I don't have your moringa tea here. I'm gonna I'm gonna try that out and I'll let you know how it tastes like. Yeah.
yep.
What's
So
what's
that
the
was
second
one.
one? Yeah.
So the second one is actually my healing. Is
Mm.
It's stomach ease. I've suffered from gastric related illnesses. I've got,
Mm.
a very fiery pitta digestive system. I've always had bloating, gastric related
Mm.
pain, and I've always, as like I said, in Sri Lanka we just naturally go to herbs and spices in our
Mhm.
kitchen. So I
Mhm.
would, soak uluhal, which is fenugreek. I would soak fenugreek in
Mhm.
water in the night and drink the water in the morning. I knew coriander was good for soothing.
Mhm.
Peppermint also healed. So I knew the different herbs that would help. But then, if you have gastric, doing that is time consuming and it's never a
Right.
go-to if you're busy.
Right.
So having it in a tea bag was an absolute must. Um, Putting those spices so that myself and anyone who's suffering with it can have it just at a spur of the moment, heal your
Mhm.
gut, heal your digestive fire, was something I really wanted to do because I know the pain of it. I know the
Mhm.
discomfort. You don't function. It drains you. It mentally depresses you with the pain. So I had to share that.
Oh, that's nice. So among the teas that you offer, which one is the best sellers, or which one people been talking the most about?
Youthful Glow. Youthful Glow
Okay.
just, it wasn't the first bestseller. We had stomach ease and stuff that kind of took off at the start. And then Youthful Glow just took off
Oh.
suddenly, its beautiful blue color butterfly pea infusion was definitely a crowd puller, but also it's very unique to the normal butterfly pea blends because it's got things like gotu kola and coriander that
Mhm.
stimulates your natural collagen for skin and hair growth, and it's a beautiful berry cherry flavor, so it's quite delicious. And I think all those elements kind of made it a popular choice, and we really literally sold off shelves.
Right. So I have this here, and then now since we're looking at the products, take a look at this box. It's so beautiful. It's like a slider drawer type of box. I never seen this box in the US market. You guys are the first one.
We should
Right.
patent that.
Yeah. So maybe tell me about the design process. How do you come up with this design ideas? I'm kind of curious.
So, okay, I've got a pack here of Youthful Glow, and I'm just going to pull it out as well. So,
Right.
I see everything in color. Um, you know, every expression for me is color. And when, for me, for consumers as well, I felt that whatever you buy has to have a feel good factor. And then this was kind of fairly personal to me in every way. The logo is a chakra, the eye of wisdom in a form of our island. So that's our
Ah,
logo.
oh, wow.
With the tea
Okay.
leaves there. So that's our
Right.
logo. And
Mm-hmm.
te, the TE is actually te in Sri Lankan. It's te. So it's tea
Tea.
therapy essentially, but it's therapy. That's why
Ah,
the H is not there with the E
okay.
apostrophe.
Yeah,
So
double meaning.
that's,
Okay.
yeah. And then even this is a shape of our teardrop island with,
Mm-hmm.
designs of ancient arts and crafts in Sri Lanka. And for me, when I got a pack, I felt that everything should be, I like doing things differently. It excites you, it excites people. And if I can give it in a different way that is giving someone a moment, not just a cup of tea, but a moment, a feel good, that was everything for me. So kind of went on to the drawing board, worked with a lot of printing companies, a lot of structural development, and we came up with this. So yeah, it's a slide out, which is easy to store.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Mm, I remember one of the first things that inspired me was like, just when you buy a mobile phone, the box, how many people throw the box away? For some odd
Right.
reason, we keep it.
Uh-huh.
I want you to keep your therapy box.
I love it. So now, for someone who is new to Ayurveda tea or Ayurveda in general, how should they begin? Which blend do you recommend for them to try first?
So, Ayurveda is something that you shouldn't be afraid of. There's really no side effects. So, you don't have to look at it as something that is medicinal. It's just a herbal tea. It's just something you just add on to your day to day routine. So, that's for starters. There's no great um, major change that you need to know. And then if you're someone who doesn't like extreme tastes and harsh tastes, maybe try with something a little bit mild like moringa power or peppermint boost. Those are great teas for everyday wellness. So that's a great place to start. And with anything, whether it's Ayurveda or your normal diet or anything that you try out, I think it's important to know your own body because
Mhm,
everyone's bodies are, they digest and they behave so differently from
mhm,
someone else. So knowing your own body, you and your current lifestyle, your stress levels, your existing diet patterns, maybe then you can research a little bit more about the other variants of um, teas that we offer and try them out. Now, they again, you don't need to read about it. You can just try them just for tastes and see how you feel with them because, like I said, there's no side effects. They're just herbals.
mhm,
And then, yeah, it's just really not something you should worry too much about or overthink it.
mhm,
Just enjoy the moment. I think that's more important because that calmness, the moment, the being present is far more healing than what you're
mhm,
drinking. If you're rushing and drinking it, there's no healing in it with
mhm.
anything. So I just think enjoy the moment.
Right, right, right. Okay, that's very beautiful. All right. So what's next? in terms of products or projects or any other markets that you want to go? Anything
So
exciting?
yeah, so we're really keen on entering the EU market. So we just went to Anuga exhibition in Germany, and we're speaking to a few partners there, and we're hoping to launch our product into Germany and to the EU market. So in terms of regional spread, that's some aspirations that we have. And then in terms of product offering, like I said, next year we want to launch a herbal, 100% herbal range. So we're working on that. And what's most important is, Phoebe, we want to build a community with all our stakeholders. And when I say stakeholders, it's not just our consumers, it's also our farmers, our
Hmm.
people we work with. They're all part of this community. So we
Hmm.
want to make it a lifestyle kind of community that we work with and bring that um, you know core value systems together and that healing process together with all our stakeholders. So as we grow, I want to start connecting them, and social media today, you can do all that. We can communicate with the world just sitting here,
Hmm.
and that's something I want to do: bring the community together.
Right. I think people would love to know more about Sri Lanka.
And yes, it is really unique as an island. We've got amazing beaches. We've got the most beautiful mountain sceneries with fields and mountains of green tea, forests, ancient heritage sites, wildlife, everything. And our way of life is very simple as well. So that keeps everyone happy. We've,
Mm.
as an island, gone through so many storms and challenges and turmoil, but we've stayed resilient. It really speaks volumes about the people of Sri Lanka. We do get up through every blow. We dust ourselves off and we start again. So it is hope, it's belief. We know how powerful and resilient we are. We stand united. We
Mhm.
cheer everyone on because as Sri Lankans, when we see any Sri Lanka doing well in the world, we get super excited, super
Mhm.
excited. Everyone backs
Mhm.
each other up. So we're united as a nation, as a people. And our climate's very unique because we're, as an island, situated in the middle of the Indian Ocean that brings different currents and weather patterns and winds,
Mm.
which influences the tea that we have here. The
Mhm.
vegetation, the different fauna and flora is also influenced by those currents and weather patterns, the monsoons. We have three different, very distinctive climates from extreme dry to wet zones in this
Oh.
tiny island. So we have
Oh,
different
okay.
vegetations in all those regions. So yeah, we're very unique in every way. It's an absolute land like no other. You have to
Right.
visit. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, it's on my bucket list. I have to visit. Now I know you.
Yes.
I
And
want to
now
be
there's
your
no
guest.
excuse. Yes,
There's no excuse,
that's right.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I do have some quick questions for you.
Yep. Yep.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Far away.
Mhm. So what is, I think you already kind of talk about this. I know your answer, but I'm gonna ask you, what's your favorite tea or morning?
Moringa power.
Yes, yeah, you already talked about that. Yeah. How about favorite teas for focus when you want to be concentrating?
Peppermint boost.
Mm. How about your favorite tea for beauty?
Youthful glow.
Okay. How about your favorite tea for sleep?
That's actually libido love.
The beetle love?
Libido love, because that calms you and that has a lot of soothing power for me. And it's not cozy
And
chamomile,
get
it's libido love for me. So, yeah.
oh wow. What about that one kind of give you some sensational vibe.
Yeah. So that's the whole purpose of libido love. It's supposed to calm you and soothe you before you get into action. So I'm focusing on the calm and the serenity behind the libido love.
That's good to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if Therapy Ceylon were a person, how would you describe his personality?
I would describe therapy as radiant yet grounded. It's a friend that asks you to breathe yet
Mm,
believe again.
mm. Okay, that's beautiful. One last question. What's your favorite ritual to return to center and care for yourself? What will you do?
So stemming from my background of Buddhism, for me, it's Maitri. I think love and kindness, but we can't give love and kindness unless we give it to ourselves. It's having a full cup ourselves and nurturing ourselves that we can share that with the rest of the world. So for me, that grounded ritual is love and kindness to me. Um, it's a full cup. If my cup is full, then I can give to you. So that's
Oh, thank you very much, Ruby. We had
thank
so
you.
wonderful conversation. I learned so much about you, and I learned so much about the brand, the therapy salons, and also the vision, why the stories and everything. And I'm sure that you guys gonna do very well in the U.S. market and also in the Europe market. I mean, globally, okay, everywhere. Whoa, wow.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Phoebe. I really
yeah,
appreciate this opportunity. I appreciate that it's people like you that have appreciated our work, that given us the platform, that made us come so far. So we didn't do this alone. We've had friends and believers that came to us. And like I said, it's a community that goes forward. So I do
yeah.
appreciate it. And I'm so grateful for this. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Likewise, I'm very honored and I'm grateful to have you in our interview. To me, as a new journalist, I would say, or new being new to this interview things, your trust actually means a lot to me. And thank you so much. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right. That's yeah. Any final words that you want to say to our audience?
Um, Please try Therapy Ceylon and share your thoughts, share your feedback with us. Be a part of our growth, be a part of our development. So, your feedback is vital for us to develop. It's a two-way thing. We're really open to suggestions, we're open to comments in every way. And share the love with everyone. Share Therapy Ceylon's glow with all your friends and family.
Right. Share the love, share the
The
therapy
love.
salon. Yeah. And for all of our customers for this month in November, you're going to get 2 surprise teas samples from Therapy Salon this month only and limited supply. So if you want to try and very curious about the flavors and also the healing property of the teas, come to sipilink.com and get your sample. Thank you, Ruby, again. And
Thank you, Phoebe. Really appreciate it again.
yes, I hope you have a great day and we'll
Thank
talk
you.